Good afternoon, everyone. A greeting from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. The time here is 3:48 in the afternoon, which is June 5. Now, may I greet you a pleasant good morning to you guys around the world. Whether you are in Dubai, it is early morning. I think it's 7 o'clock in the morning. In Paris, it's very early morning. In Europe, it's still morning. And in Africa, also 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. But in Asia, like in the Philippines, it is already afternoon because we have 2 hours difference in Hong Kong and in China, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, Singapore. We are in the afternoon. That's why Australia called Australasia, because the map of Australia is close to Asian region. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video, I would like to remind everyone that on May 13, I was being attacked. My Facebook page has been attacked by a lady. Her name is Wianka Dreyer. Now, Wianka Dreyer, I don't know her at all. I have no idea who is this lady until she came to my page and put nasty message. And she said that she is a seller in Conakry and my seller is fake. So what happened? We did do the research about her. She's not a seller, she's a broker. She doesn't have any office in Conakry and she lives in Johannesburg. Why? We did try to find her. We did try to search on her profile on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Her name is Wianka Dreyer. She is an white African. She lives in Johannesburg. When we look at her profile, she has no public information. Yes, she has a picture because I requested her to open her camera because I want her to prove herself. I want her to prove that she is really a real person. She did the same picture and she ran away. And she said that I'm a scammer. I don't know her. She doesn't understand what is the meaning of scam. Now this lady, if she went to university, she should know the language of business. Now when I look at her profile on LinkedIn, she sells bits and pieces. If you want to see and look at her Facebook and you can go on her LinkedIn, her profile have no public information. She doesn't have email, she doesn't have telephone number, she doesn't even explain what she's doing. So when I look at on LinkedIn, she sells bits and pieces. So this lady is a poor lady then. So it's a joker broker. Wilhelmina traveled to Africa in order to help the miner to promote outside Africa. Because there are two kinds of seller and buyers as well. Seller can be scrupulous or buyer can be scrupulous. I was the one who put African image in order to educate the buyer. Yes, Africa is 98% produce minerals like gold, diamond, bauxite, iron, gas, and etc. Now, foreigners, I am a foreigner because I'm Australian. Okay, I live in Brisbane, but I was born in Asia. As a foreigner, I hate foreigner that cheating African. African people are a nice people if you're nice. African people can be nasty if you're nasty. Yes? When I was in Conakry, when I was in Sierra Leone, when I was in Africa, I was treated like a queen. They provide me driver. Okay? They provide me chaperone. Every time I go out, I have 2 guys, 1 driver and 1 chaperone. They treated me like a queen. So in Africa, if you are nasty, believe me, you're going to be chop. But if you are good, they will look after you. Just imagine, these Chinese are everywhere. And what happened? They are nasty to African. They were being deported. And you guys, if you are very nasty to this African, I can guarantee you, you will be chop. Now, Recently, I would like to thank Mr. Xing Daljinder. He is a doctor of philosophy from Germany, Frankfurt. And he forwarded me the information that Nicolas copied my picture and put nasty on my message. So Nicolas, originally they are from Peru and they live in Canada, Quebec. The Quebec speak Spanish. Me, I speak, no, Quebec speak French and they speak Spanish and, and he pretend he doesn't speak English. You, padre de familia? This is the father of Nicolas. You are padre de familia? Your hermano, very nasty, very bad. He's attacking me on my page that I'm a scammer. I don't know how much I scam you guys. Your hermano is not. I want to talk to you. Yeah. I want. Is Nicolas your son? Is it? Okay. This is Nicolas. Okay, now this is Nicolas' younger brother. They're in kitchen. I called him this morning. The reason why I'm calling you live video because you've been putting nasty on my page and you steal my pictures from my page. So Nicolas, see? And why no speak English and why you've been nasty to my page and copying my. So he said, this guy, he said no English, but he put nasty message on my page. Now Nicolas, remember you told me that you will make me famous? No, I will make you famous instead. You have milk into your mouth. And thank you very much, these people who forwarded me all the picture that I was stolen. This is the work of Nicolas. And this lady, the team, this is the mastermind. She's the queen of cyber crime, this lady. She's the queen. Queen of fake news, queen of lies, queen of manipulator, queen of deceitful. And this is his disciple. Disciple of queen of deceitful. This is her disciple of queen of fake news. Alright, so now we are even. Mr. Buyer, today the price of gold is really skyrocket. There are so many buyers crying. There are two kinds of buyer and two kinds of seller. Seller can be scrupulous and buyer can be scrupulous. Now, Mr. Buyer, I'm gonna give you the tip on how you detect the buyer and the seller as well. Now, we are now on the global communication. Everything now is online. In Australia, I used to be on real estate. When we sell properties, we put our picture and we put the house, the square meters, the distance from the bus stop, the distance from school, the distance from train station. We call that possession. Now, someone from Africa, they hired me. I didn't even apply for a job. They asked me if I could handle them. Yes. So 2013, there was a gentleman called Salwan Kanwar. With his broker, they went to Ghana and I put them to Ancient Mining Company on the contract because I have the file with Salwan Kanwar. And on the contract is 20 kilos. He couldn't even afford to pay 20 kilos. So Heidi went to Ghana in order to verify Ancient Mining Company, and he went there and he met the father. He met just the father to taste the gold at geological. So out of 20 kilos, he couldn't afford to pay 20, even 10 kilos. So they bargained to 5 kilos out of $250,000. That was 2011. He couldn't even afford to pay the 250,000. They only afford to pay 17,000 to pay taxes. That is normal. You have to pay taxes. That is normal. Here in Australia, when you buy product, plus government sales tax. But this scrupulous buyer pretending to be a buyer. They don't have money. They're going to use gold to leverage it, to launder. Right. So, the father of Justice, Mr. Boto, agreed because he was been promised that Salwan Kanwar gonna open hospital in Torquay and clinic, etc., etc. I warned Justice that this buyer will give you a headache. So Justice said, "Oh, madam, don't worry. We have plenty of gold." I said, "No. This gentleman will give you a headache. Because if he is a real buyer, he wouldn't keep on bargaining and bargaining and bargaining." So that was my learning experience. So what happened? They only pay $17,000. The value of $250,000 of 5 kilos, they only pay taxes. They hand carry the gold, and when they arrive in Canada, the refinery didn't finalize the gold. So Salwan Kanwar was furious. So I wasn't there. So I called up the refinery. "Hi, Mr. So-and-so, I have a file. I'm Wilhelmina. So Salwan Kanwar took the 5 kilos into your refinery. Is that right?" And he said, "Yes." Any reason why Salwan Kanwar is furious? And the refinery was saying to me, "The gold in Ghana didn't meet the criteria." So I said, "Why?" "The gold is full of brass, so probably the gold is only 14 carats. So that is for industrial." So Canadians are also arrogant. White people are arrogant. Salwan Kanwar is, I think, he's Indian, because I have a picture, and I put his face also in on internet. Just a moment, so that you will see, you will understand. This gold is not for everyone, really. Okay, I'm gonna show you Salwan Kanwar's picture. Okay. So I'm educating at the same time, because this is a real business, my dear. But you guys, you think that you can buy gold. This is the picture that Nicolas stolen on my page. Mr. Buyer, if you see this lady holding gold, this is me, it's real. The gold is real. But Nicolas and Dereck Johnson, a fake news, a fake broker, they steal this picture on my page. So this is the picture. Now, I'm going to show Mr. Salwan Kanwar. Okay? Salwan Kanwar. This is the guy who purchased gold in Ghana. His name is Salwan Kanwar. Right. So you cannot deny, because every time you come to us, we are very thorough. And Wilhelmina is very thorough. This is Miss Salwan Kanwar from, see? So, he said he was being scammed. No, he wasn't. Because if I am a buyer today, and if not happy with the products, I have to talk to the seller. I have to return the product. I'm too far, and I didn't travel. Heidi is responsible because Salwan Kanwar is paying Heidi's services. And Salwan Kanwar owe me my services. All right. So Heidi is also careless. Yeah. See, this is Salwan Kanwar. Okay. And he was thinking that he can sell the gold to refinery. Yeah, you can sell the gold to the refinery, but the refinery is not happy. So I wasn't there. So what happened? Salwan Kanwar harassed me and harassed Justice. To me, I'm not scared of you guys. Really. You must remember when I was working in South Pacific, I put my employer to jail. You must remember. So I'm warning you guys that that is the reason why the seller hired Wilhelmina. Because the seller also lost gold. Both buyers and sellers losing gold, because the seller in Africa, they're also illiterate when it comes to exporting. Okay? They have no idea. They have plenty of gold, but the gold has to be tasted first. Gold has to be assayed partially to the country of origin, and the gold has to do the final assay. Now, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me today, if you want to buy gold, you have to plan it properly. You need to plan it Why you gonna buy gold? What is the purpose of buying gold? What is the purpose of buying a diamond? So you need a purpose, right? So you need to have capital. But if you are just laundering and leveraging, asking for CIF, it wouldn't work at all. I'm telling you. I meet a lot of buyers already on the ground, and I meet them face to face. They are stranded in Ghana, in Conakry, in Mali, in Sierra Leone because they don't have this. They think that they can get gold CIF. Now the Department of Mines are getting strict because foreigners are ripping off the country. That is an income of the country. You're ripping off because you're asking for CIF. You're ripping off the country because you're asking LC. The seller is a small miner. They have the license to mine. They have a license to market. But you know, this is money. Here's the gold, is the diamond, inspect and pay bank to bank. That is how it works. So, Mr. Buyer, I think I already explained it to you, and I'm sure this time, Mr. Buyer, you lose a lot of money. I know. In Ghana, there was a buyer was telling me that he lost $700,000. There was a buyer lost $135,000. There was American buyer lost $1 million. That's not my fault. They come to me because they saw my video that we are transparent. I'm the only person, Mr. Buyer, who put my face live because I want to help you. I want to help both buyers and seller, but my services is not for free. I'm giving you tips already. I put the full corporate offer on this video. Click below on YouTube. Take time, Mr. Buyer, to listen. Take time to read on the full corporate offer because I'm telling you, I can guarantee you are a winner. But if you are not paying attention, thinking because you're excited, you're so Wilhelmina, don't be excited at all. Don't. Plan it properly. Do you think you have money to pay? But if you're asking CIF, I just rejected the buyer 1 hour ago. They're Indian. They're based in Dubai. And they have been roaming around for 9 months. They couldn't get the gold. They were asking CIF 20% discount, and I told them good luck. So this buyer is scrupulous. They are thieves. They are a scammer. Why they are a scammer? They are deceiving the seller. They're gonna deceive my seller, but I prevented not to pursue. I rejected it. So that is the reason, the meaning of scam. This buyer that wanted to buy gold asking 20% discount CIF, he is a scammer. He's deceiving himself, and he tried to deceive us, but Wilhelmina would stop that kind of scrupulous attitude because gold is money. So that buyer from Dubai failed. He's an Indian. And when I look at his website, he's selling detergent. But if I come to his shop, do you think this Indian will give me his detergent SBLC? Of course not. He's going to get cash in order to roll over. So this chat that I have with this buyer, I sent it to my head office. You know what my head office was telling me? Madam, you are really very, very brave. Continue doing that. We love you, madam. See? But you guys, when you've been rejected, you get angry and scam. You're one of the scammer. Now, if someone watching my video, kindly define me the word scam. I was being screwed. I was being scammed as well. So I learned from that. So I went to a dictionary and I searched what is the meaning of scam. I was being cheated. I was being deceived. Yeah, I was being manipulated, but today I learn a lot. So, Mr. Buyer, if you have been scammed, welcome to the club. Yeah, I was scammed in Ghana, you must remember. Big time. I was screwed by Eric Blasco from Mexico. Yeah, I have an argument with him on the lobby. So that is kind of scrupulous. But if you're just coming online, yes, we are now on the global communication. Yes, to find the supply, easy this time. Very easy if you have cash. To find a supply, if you don't have capital, it would not be easy. You're gonna burn your fingers sitting down in your ass, thinking the gold will come to Dubai, thinking the gold will come to Singapore, thinking gold will come to Indonesia, thinking gold will come to Paris. Last year, my seller in Conakry lost 450 kilos in the hand of a scrupulous buyer. 23 million plus. So, Mr. Buyer, who is the scammer here? You are, because you're asking for CIF. So, when I was in Conakry, I told my seller, don't believe on buyers. That is the reason why, Mr. Buyer, when you come to Wilhelmina, my question is very easy. You already watched Wilhelmina, right? Did you read the full corporate offer, right? Then your next move is to send a formal letter of intent to purchase coming from you. State how many carats, quantity. The most important on your letter of intent, Mr. Buyer, is the mode of payment. This is not CIF. A minute you're going to put that on your letter of intent to purchase CIF, immediately your letter of intent will be on the wheelie bin. That is the reason why people get angry with me. It's too bad. I am not here to beg you. I am not here to babysit you. This is a real business. Yeah. This is a real business, Mr. Buyer. So I'm helping you, Mr. Buyer. Okay, I'm helping you. No one will scam you. Nobody. Unless you allow yourself to be scammed. Why? You don't have the money. You are a scammer because you're asking CIF. So you are one of the scammer. My seller, I've been to the head office. I have a transaction successful. I went to Africa before coronavirus lockdown. So, Mr. Buyer, if you're scared to me, you're not really a buyer. There was a guy from Mauritius. His name is Risada Imbu. Okay. He said he's a buyer. He want to buy 500 kilos in Conakry, Guinea. And he's also bullshit old man. And I asked him, will you mind to open your camera? And he's really very nasty as well, an old man. And I told him, relax. Open your camera because I want to interview whether he's really a buyer or not. Just 5 minutes, he's not a buyer. He's a joker broker. And he's a very nasty. He's from Mauritius. And when he opened his camera, he doesn't have any teeth. And I told him, you're not a buyer, you're just a broker. And he said, I'm a broker. I am not a broker because if I am a broker, I'm going to chase you. He came to me because we have the supply. And I told him, you're an old man, you're very nasty. You cannot even afford to buy a full state. And then you're buying 100 kilos, is BLC and LC. To me, you're just a joker. Yeah. And I have a record. Mr. Buyer, when you come to Wilhelmina, I would like you to be transparent. I would like to talk to you on live video camera privately. Don't be scared because this is $1 million you're buying. And we will exchange information. Wilhelmina is a gatekeeper. Instantly, you will be rejected if you don't give me a direct answer because you're buying $500,000, Mr. Buyer. And we don't entertain money laundering. Most of the Iranian buyer, they use Dubai as a transit, buying gold. You must remember, Iran is UN embargo. They have money. Yeah, I met an Iranian buyer in Dubai before I returned I returned here March 2. And he couldn't even travel. I said to him, yes, I know. Iran is under UN embargo. And there was an Iranian that they sent me that information. My seller advising me that Conakry would not issue visa on Iranian. I don't know why. So my seller cannot give me the answer. So I turn it down. So most of the Iranian businessmen, they're going to use Dubai. They open a company. It's okay as long as your money is clean. Yeah, because most of the Iranian businessmen, they have plenty of money, but they were under UN embargo. So how do I know? I done my research. Yeah. someone background walking on my, there's a gentleman on my background passing by, so it's okay because I forgot to close the door. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Baya. I think I already explained to you. I would be live tonight because I'm going to explain the movement of gold today. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good afternoon.